What's up, YouTube? Got another knife for you. This one is one for my dad. Has a pocket clip, not a belt clip, an actual pocket clip. It's gonna go on his pocket inside of his Carhartt work pants. That's just the way he wanted it, so I worked around it. So it's a 80 thousandths thick titanium. And I did it with, actually had to do this, bend it and then reheat it. Do it again like 3 different times, so it's all bent to hell, and it's really rough looking, but for what this knife's going to be used for, it really doesn't matter, but there's a lot of tension. So it's 80 thousandths thick, and then right here it's 4 centimeters wide. This actually used to have a lock on it, like the SE5 has a lock, so it's just a Chicago screw with a silencer, then you slide it back and then it doesn't let this part expand. But when he slid it into his work pants, this lock would actually slide up, and it would prevent him from being able to remove the knife from the sheath. So I just tied some paracord around it for now, and see how that goes. But kind of inspired by the Cold Steel Spartan as far as the handle is concerned. It has those, I like to call them meat hooks. I mean, they just wrap around so deep. And when I was designing this, he wanted it. I had come up with a few designs, and he said, change this, change that, make this wider, longer, thinner, bigger, heavier, whatever. And this is what he settled on. So this was really intentioned to be a cord cutter, a seatbelt cutter, but I cut this out too far, and when I go to sharpen it, the angle was too steep this way when it should have been lower, and I couldn't take it down any farther because of the lanyard tube here. So it's a pry bar, which is suitable for 1/4 inch stock. So it's not a lightweight knife by any means, and it's a slack belt convex grind, a very thick grind. Definitely not a slicer grind. It's ground more like an axe than a knife. If you take a look down there, come on. So yeah, it's thick. Behind the edge, I think, is 65, 70 thousandths. I don't know. It's thick. I ground it really thick because sharpened pry bar is basically what this is and what he wants it for. Let's see if I can get a close-up of the jimping. Focus. Okay, there we go. So this was done with a chainsaw file, this round cut, and then a jeweler saw to cut out the center of this. And it does have just some embellishment, a triangle file right there, those notches there, and then a checkering file. It was checkered on top of that. So your hand's not going to move from this, but I mean, it's not going to like tear your hand off though either, so that's good. It does have I don't know, I guess carving on the handle, if you want to classify it as that. Also done with a chainsaw file. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with it. I gotta make a few adjustments to it, but and the cuts actually are, rather deep. And there is a mild contouring on the handle as well. And surprisingly, for how big this thing is, it has a decent balance point. If I can get it in my hand, okay, yeah. So right there. And it does feel good in the hand. The handles are Linda Micarta. And it also, I used a checkering file to put some striations, I think I'm saying that right, in it. Right there. And you might be wondering why the handle is so obnoxiously big. And that would be because my dad's hand is humongous. I mean, at least to me. So his hand fills that out. His pinky, here's my pinky. His pinky is back here when his index finger's up there. And he barely has enough room. So, yeah. And I have a dollar bill here for size comparison. Try to give you a basic idea here. If I can do it. So, there's a decent size comparison. So, I don't know, dollar bill's 6 inches, so say 5.25 inch handle maybe. I don't know. I'll let you guys do all those good specs or whatever, but yep. I guess I'll show you how this sheath was intended to work. So, if you have, now he obviously has Carhartts on, but that's, it's going to be down here more on his leg, down in this region. And then, how those Carhartts have that, that slit pocket or whatever. So the sheath was actually designed to fit very snug in his pocket, so when he goes to grab the knife, the sheath stays in the pocket. And wow, that sheath is really tight. I'm going to have to adjust that. Take some tension off that. But comes out. Nope. See, my pockets are actually deeper than the Carhartts are. So his would, this actually sticks up out of his pocket. With mine, it would sink in because this is all loose in here. But on his, it works really well. And that is why this sheath is as big as it is it's to fit very snug in the pocket, and it doesn't come out. The retention on the sheath is tight, so nothing can grab it out of his pocket when he's working or whatever. He works in a quarry, so he's doing all kinds of stuff. Don't want to get it yanked out. So the sheath is tight, but it's not tight to the point where you can't get the sheath off. So, there you guys go. Let me know what you think.